Yeah. Yes, a drink of water. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back again to the eFlexonics Show. We had just a great podcast a couple of minutes ago with Mr. Chris Burke, and he is from Monitors in Motion as well, right?
Yeah.
And you brought a couple of products that have really interested. I love the Monitors in Motion podcast. Oh my gosh, that's the gotta-have product. But I'm really intrigued about this particular line of products. Can you give me the lowdown on these, Chris? This is really neat.
My first introduction, I walked into a store trying to find something that could keep my cell phone from flying off that passenger seat and into the side door. And if you think that being distracted because of a hands-free arrangement, how about out of hands reach arrangement?
Yeah.
It just drives a person nuts. And everybody, I wouldn't say that I guess we are. We're a slave to our phones these days. They are very productive, of course, but they are quite the distraction in many, many levels in a car or in other situations as well. And I'll sort of touch on those as we go through the product line. And I just got intrigued by the way this company, actually it's a subdivision of Allsop Corporation out of the States, how they've been able to attack the problem with a universal answer. And that's... What was the question? I think I answered it. Sorry.
I love these products. Now, pick. I don't care which one because you're going to go through the whole product line, right?
Well, let's pick the first. What I'll do is I'll show you the one that I fell in love with first. I saw it. It just made sense. I said, but I'm only going to like this if it works.
Yeah.
In my car, and I'm going to hold on to that receipt because I'll take it back. I'm not afraid of that.
Good for you.
So beautiful packaging. Black and green seems to be a really good color combination these days for marketing. I'm not sure how that is, but it seems to be quite a popular one. It almost seems like they've gone so far, and they have. They even have a magnet on the box.
Oh,
that's slick, and I don't know why, but that's
stick to it.
Yeah. Well, stick to it. Anyway, so it's not like this product is brand new on the market. Now, I don't know how long it's been on the market, but I did get it at a local store. I did go down to the States and I told them that I'm interested in repping the product in a much more substantial way. So they got me a bunch of samples, and I'm going to be doing some market survey work just so that I can find out, can I do this on a business to customer level and make it work at home shows, RV shows, boat shows, and there's a couple of other shows that are a little bit more fringe, but I think it can work anyway. So that's just my little history with it. I did have this open earlier, and I'm just trying to take advantage of that.
I'm very, very impressed with this line of products. I think
I can get it out
very
of the
popular.
box. Which side did we open it up?
This is a stress test.
This is funny. I don't want to wreck the box because it's actually just cool packaging.
Yes.
So anyway, what you do is you open up the little window. Oh yeah, that looks like it might work. And then you take it out. There's instructions. At the last resort, we'll look at
we're
those.
men.
Yeah.
The instructions are the last thing we do.
That's as far as starting.
Burn them.
The general principle behind this thing is, let's pretend this is a windshield.
Yeah.
Can they see the desk?
Oh,
I think
yeah,
they can
yeah.
see the desk?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Let's pretend this is a windshield. This is a suction device, which is no different than any other GPS device that is out there. Actually going to hold. Geez, it's already stuck.
And it also has that little trigger to take all the air out of the suction device, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Press down on it?
And it pulls that up to really make a good grip.
Yes.
So on a windshield, I've had this thing seriously on the hottest days out there, and it sticks. I thought it was going to lose it at some point, but it didn't at all. I've ripped down gravel roads worrying about the way that this device would maybe hold on to the product. Not a problem. You can go on YouTube and see people doing the same kind of tests. It actually does work.
Neat. So you got a cell phone? Ooh, there's a BlackBerry.
Now this is a BlackBerry. Now just to sort of throw it out there in case somebody gets, in case the case isn't going to work for. There's only two cases that it won't work with. It won't work with a leather case,
right,
or with those silicone cases.
That's right.
Now, The silicone cases are, in my opinion, not a great solution anyway. They tend to lose their structure over time anyway. The leather cases are obviously nicer, but it comes down to this proprietary material here. You take this stuff off. It's called, I don't know, chunk of plastic.
It's the same material as Mr. Sticky. You know those roll things?
Yes.
Yes. And we have a Mr. Sticky. Absolutely love it.
Well, that's the thing.
I do the walls with the Mr. Sticky. And
What? What are you doing the walls for?
Yeah, no, to get the dust and all the stuff and the cat hair and how it flies around.
Yeah.
So we got a big roller of the stuff.
Yeah.
And to clean it, every week you just put a little bit of dish detergent on it, you run it under water, and it just cleans up better than brand new. I've never seen anything like it.
It's exactly the same as brand new, you're right.
It's exactly the same material.
It is.
Composition as this.
And it is permanently attached to the one side, and it's got this cool green color, and you just stick it on.
Look at that.
A little tiny bit of grip, and you can adjust the arm. That's why it was moving. You can adjust it. Of course, this is going to be in your car. I have mine right underneath my mirror. I have it exactly where my friend had his GPS set up as well. You can move it around. There's a range, a good range, whether it be light or if one person's seeing it versus the other. That can be completely removed if you need to, and then just put back on again, depending on what you're up to, right? I've done that with one of the other stands. I'll take it off and
they're interchangeable, right? From the car one to the home one?
That's right.
And correct me if I'm wrong, every single smartphone now comes with GPS capabilities, and they will take the place of a GPS.
Yeah.
I know you can get the TomTom application for $60, and that gives you lifetime maps.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So go ahead. Sorry, I interrupted.
No, it's good. I was just
about
I mean, I have like 3 different types of maps on my phone. The one that actually talks to me, telling me how to get from one place to the next, turn right, turn left, and it's all right on the phone, and it's constantly being updated. There is no need to attach it to the computer ever, which is pretty amazing.
So one device now. In Japan, they are replacing notebooks with their cell phones.
Oh,
now they do almost all of their computing on the cell phone, right? It's just wild.
Yeah, it's a total reliance on these things.
Yeah.
And so the last podcast related to monitor arms, and of course it doesn't matter if we get into the cloud computing, it doesn't matter what we do, we still need some kind of a monitor, and that provides the ergonomic position. I just like the fact that this is representing exactly the same consumer who has exactly the same problems with it, but with something that doesn't have any kind of a monitor or any kind of a way to hold on to it, right? Now this is obviously on a desk, so you have to imagine this upside down and in your car at 100 kilometers an hour. But the concept is definitely there. It's up, down, twist, and you really got to peel this stuff off. Like, you really have to peel it off. Now this is the part of the demonstration I like the most. Absolutely no residue. None whatsoever. Again, like you said, if that gets dirty or dusty, and usually it gets dusty when your friends go, "Oh, is that really? Oh, yeah." The next guy, "Is that? Oh, yeah." Is that? Oh, yeah. And the cat hair and everything.
Or if you drop it on the ground,
sure,
it just washes up like magic.
Yeah, just a little bit of soapy water, let it air dry. I tried paper towel once. Not a good idea.
Paper towel stuck to it.
Yeah.
Man, we're man.
It was pretty funny. So that's for the car. You release. And that's done. That's an amazing piece of equipment.
That is
for
sick.
Again, creating that hands-free but still in contact. We are much more distracted if it's not at eye level.
Yes.
You can quickly take a call if you have a decent speakerphone, or I still use the earbud thing myself.
Yeah,
I still use the Bluetooth. I think it's just still ultimately a better sound, and I don't have the quietest car in the world. You can get the same technology to work if for some reason your dashboard's not working like you want it to.
I love that disc.
Well, this disc you can actually just glue it to the dashboard if your windshield's not working, and then that's going to be the surface that you can stick to the rest of the device to, and that might be your only option, but it allows you that, right? So that comes with each package.
And is that the car one or is that the home one? That's the car one, right?
That's the car one, yeah. There's a number of home ones. This one here is exactly the same concept, but again, they've gone beyond the. I just discovered those little magnets, like. I would be that guy in the movie 40-Year-Old Virgin. Yeah, is the packaging intact? Because I ain't buying it without the packaging. Same idea. I haven't even opened this one up at all, but the concept is that it works in the air vent of your car. And that's what a lot of the other people are trying to do as well. It's just that this one, again, if you just don't have a choice, if you just don't want to release any extra little bit of space to your windshield.
Yeah.
It's surprising how little space it actually takes up, but it's at the same time, that's what they've done with that one.
I would probably lean towards the one that has the suction cup on my windshield.
Yeah, because I can use it on the dash or the other. You can actually suction, when you put it on the suction cup, if you put it on the dash, you can actually bring it down to below the windshield anyway. So it's a much more universal, of a universal.
Universal.
But the one I like at home, there's a couple I like at home. One's for travel, one's for home, one's for a notebook. This guy I've opened up because I've been using this guy.
That is really impressive. That's the home one, right?
This is a home one, and it's, holy, it's starting to get rips in it. I got to get another one just to keep the box.
You bought that one now.
What this one does is it takes the concept of, for example, the really high-end Apple computer stand, right, that goes just a simple loop up and connects to the Apple computer itself. So it's a beautiful structure. It's actually quite heavy. It's made out of, I don't know, Heavy 101.
Okay, that
I don't
works.
know what it's made out of. It's just dark and heavy. And it's got to be, right? Oops, and there was, you've got the same concept. You've got it sitting on a stand. You're not losing it in paperwork, right? A lot of people do lose their phone. The big panic.
Very, very elegant.
All you'd have to have is just one piece of paper over your phone, and it disappears, right? You can answer phone calls. You've got the speakerphone, of course, is going to work. It sits there like a small monitor. You've got one or two monitors in front of you. You got your phone doing the same kind of job, because it takes on the job of a computer a lot of times to answer emails or quick SMSs or what have you. So it should be treated as such, in my opinion, because otherwise, again, it gets lost on your desk somewhere.
Yes.
And the more important that they become as part of the everyday comings and goings of information,
no question.
it has to have its own stand, in my opinion, anyway. And most people who see these will get these two together because they start to really work well together. If you have a notebook computer and you're on the road, this one, I love this one. I use this all the time. I'm tethering my phone to my notebook. It is my modem. Right, so this one starts out closed. You open it up. One side attaches to the edge of the computer. Let's say it's here. We can actually conceptualize this anyway. The other side would attach the phone. And of course, it has a hinge, but the hinge doesn't matter. It's just the hinge is for the device. And now that's going to hang right on the edge of the computer monitor.
That is an extremely good idea.
And it has the wire will run down and be your modem, or it can be whatever it is you need it to be. It's especially important if you're doing a lot of work with a computer, and you're either on the bus or on the plane or wherever, and you. On the plane you wouldn't be allowed to have it on it's whatever.
Some airplanes got Wi-Fi now.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. So
they're growing in popularity.
That would work very nicely.
Yeah.
So that's made a big difference for me when I'm using, again, that I'm tethering. I'm sitting at an airport, which I do a lot, and I'm trying to. And you don't always get the hotspot in all the airports, but you can easily tether phones now, and. So that's been a big deal. It's very, very stackable, right in your pocket.
Yeah, see
right
how
in your
sick
pocket.
that is? The perfect traveling companion.
It is.
It
makes a big difference. Or it slides into a case. They also even have a travel one here. Oh yeah, this is the one I didn't.
Yeah.
I forgot to bring it.
Surprise.
It's like the stand, but it's you can almost see this. I don't know how you can zero in if you'd like. It is exactly like this guy, which somehow opens. There we are. Which opens up, but it actually is a stand, and it sits lower, and your phone would sit like that on the desk, and it has a place that it stops, so it doesn't go past that, and it's for travel. And when you're traveling, this is a bit cumbersome for traveling.